Welcome back. And news just in says that the Minister of Information and Culture, Mr. Lai Mohammed, has given a list of Nigerians who have allegedly looted the country's treasury. The minister, who is briefing journalists in Lagos, said the individuals include officials of the past government. The decision by the APC government to reveal the names of the alleged looters and the funds stolen is in response to the opposition party PDP's challenge to the government to name those alleged to have looted the country, destroying its economy. And armed rebels killed at least one soldier during an attack on a house owned by Congo President Joseph Kabila in the restive east, where a number of conflicts have flared in recent months. According to Congo's military authorities, President Kabila was not present when Mai militiamen attacked the house near the town of Beni and clashed with government soldiers who were able to fend off the attack. This is the second assault on the presidential residence in 3 months. Many say this points to a deteriorating security situation in Congo, largely caused by Kabila's refusal to step down in 2016 when his mandate expired. A home belonging to Kabila was attacked and set on fire in North Kivu province in December, which left a policeman dead. The mayor of Tripoli, Libya's capital, has been released after being kidnapped by a known gunman from his house. The city council made this known in a statement informing the public of Mayor Abdurraouf Baitamal's freedom. The council says the mayor was earlier abducted by a foolish party after they stormed his house by force of arms and took him to an unknown destination. Government officials in Tripoli say security in the capital has improved over the past 2 years, though abductions remain common. And as the demand for more skilled coders continue to increase in demand each year, so is the digital jobs market developing at a rapid rate. With the creation of digital computers, early programming languages like BASIC, Fortran and COBOL were used, each with its own syntax and operators. Computer programmers in this personal computer and internet age produce code in modules that correspond to individual computing tasks. While these modules are usually put together in a collective framework, such as an individual software application. Well, our guest, Elvis Chidera, a software developer at .learn, joins us to give us more insight as to why Nigerians need to take more interest in coding. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, thank you.
What is coding and how does it work?
So coding is basically you communicating with the computer, telling it what to do. So you do it in something called programming languages. So unlike your normal natural languages where there's some ambiguity, like you could say a sentence and it means different things to different people, like I could be sarcastic or something like that. So you have programming language that are just literal, like mathematical formulas, a way to perform a task. It could be something as simple as showing a pop-up on the computer screen, to something as finding the end time in a sequence, or something as complex as playing chess. So you get to write computer code that that instructs the computer to perform a particular task.
Do you think that coding would be the most important skill for the future, especially Nigeria's future?
Yes. So like there are several opportunities. So the world is obviously going digital. So there are lots of opportunities, lots of like there are jobs that are being created on a daily basis. There's a demand for software developers around the world, and some of these companies like Andela that are actually providing local talents to these global companies. So that they can, like, it's a very useful skill, and I think the government should actually like find a way to fit it in the regular school curriculum, because there's a lot of demand for software developers.
Do you think young Nigerians are buying into it, are coming into it?
Yeah, so it's still a growing field. So recently there've been like support from these international organizations, also from the Lagos government, doing something about teaching people how to code. There've been support from Google, which promised to train provides scholarship to about 15,000 Africans and stuff like that. So, and we get, like, I have been involved in a couple of these programs where, like, we get lots of response from people that actually want to learn how to code, and like they've probably seen someone they know programming or
Okay.
Okay.
Tell us your programming story shortly, briefly, as brief as you can, because I know you've been spoken about in so many places, especially with your experience.
Okay, for me, I started programming when I was 11. So that it was funny. I used a Nokia feature phone, the regular phone with a keypad. So I used that to learn how to build websites because I was curious about how people actually were able to create this magical thing back then called website. So I learned how to build websites using that, and so far I've moved on to other things like building Android apps, building websites, and working on other
And you're
projects.
glad you started with that in the first place?
Yeah, sure. Like, yes, like love at first sight or something.
All right. Thank you so much, Elvis Chidera, a software developer at .learn, for coming on the program.
Thank you.
Zimbabwe recently held its first ever Miss Albinism beauty pageant to celebrate people with albinism. Sethemo Biso Mutukura, a 22-year-old student who won the contest, said she wants to use her title to fight stigma and discrimination.
Sethemo Mutukura has faced discrimination all her life. She has albinism, a congenital disorder characterized by lack of pigmentation in the skin, hair and eyes. From being shunned by relatives to getting negative comments from people in the streets, Sethemo Biso says it helped that her parents taught her from a young age to be confident in her own skin and shut out the noise. The 22-year-old is a second-year social studies student at the University of Zimbabwe. She recently took part in the country's first Miss Albinism beauty pageant, beating 12 contestants to emerge winner of the competition with a cash prize and a gift hamper. The beauty pageant is aimed at fighting stigma and creating awareness about the condition.
My main mission or reason why I entered into this pageant was to raise awareness due to stigma associated with people with albinism mainly. That's what motivated me to be there. So I was saying, if ever I'm given the opportunity, I would want to be an ambassador. I would like to be an advocate for persons with albinism.
Albinism affects up to 1 in 15,000 people in sub-Saharan Africa. According to the Red Cross, in many countries, albinos' body parts are believed to bring wealth and good luck and are prized in witchcraft for use in charms and magical potions. More than 600 attacks have taken place in 26 African countries since 2007, with almost two-thirds of the victims being children.
And that's the program for the week. Many thanks for watching. I'm Millicent Walker.